We've come to the 9th inning. The Dodgers, trying to stay alive, are leading because of this man. Mike Marshall's towering home run, clearing the right center field barrier. Describe a tremendous effort by Andy Van Slyke to climb the ladder and get it. 5 runs, 8 hits for the Dodgers, 4 runs, 10 hits for the Cardinals. Dave Anderson will now take over at third base for the Dodgers. And Cesar Cedeno will be the first man to come up and hit. Cedeno, McGee, and Smith would take one more look at the home run and at the great effort by Van Slyke, who thought he had it until he ran out of room.
Look how high he gets, over the fence.
Cesar Cedeno.
Cedeno will take a pitch to try to set you up. I asked him about taking that 2-0 pitch all the way in St. Louis, and he said, well, I wanted to see where he was going to spot that because I figured he would come back if he throws it for a strike. Well, he's a thinking man's hitter up there.
So Cedeno starting it off, batting for Todd Worrell. 55,208. Sitting in on game 6. Tom Niedenpuer, who was killed by Ozzie Smith's home run and almost wrecked in the 7th inning by Ozzie's triple, now trying to salvage out of the wreckage here in the 9th. Ball 1. He's backed up in the Dodger bullpen, Ken Howell and Jerry Royce. Royce has rarely relieved, and Howell has been ineffective. 2-0. Cedeno with 2 hits in the series, one of them a double. But he had big numbers for the year. He had 291. The executive producer of NBC Sports, Michael Weissman. The coordinating producer of baseball, Harry Coyle. Today's game produced by George Finkel, directed by Harry Coyle. Technical director, Ray Figelski. 2-1. Strike 2.
That was an absolute perfect pitch. Outside corner, low fastball in the 90s.
A reminder that nightly news following baseball, with the exception of the West Coast, where it will be seen at its regular time. 2-2. Fouled away.
It was a 93-mile-an-hour fastball he hit the corner with.
I swear to you, and I know Herzog watches, and I know Lasorda counts those clock guns, but I'm really starting to doubt him. Mariano Duncan pulls a 94-mile-an-hour fastball into the right field corner.
It tells you how fast, but it doesn't tell you if the ball is moving. And if the ball's not moving, the hitter's going to be moving around the bases.
Doesn't mean much. 2-2. On the hands, got him. Boy, was that a great location.
Perfect. High and tight, low and away. Low and away for the second strike. Watch this one. Even if he hits it, he's not going to go anywhere with it. In on the hands. Look at it. Ball was right at the handles.
That's the fastest he has thrown a 95-mile-an-hour fastball tonight, right here on NBC. The thrills continue at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. The final game of the American League Championship Series. The Royals and the Blue Jays. Here's McGee. Ball 1. That's 3 strikeouts for Tom Niedenpuer. Lasorda can't bear to watch. He has gone behind Bill Schumard, standing there, and he is up in the runway. He can't stand to watch it. 1-1. And don't forget who's waiting on deck. 1-1 to Willie. Right 2.
liable to hit another 95 right here because he's 1 ball, 2 strikes. He can really let it out as Amalfitano sets that defense. They're shading McGee towards left field.
1-2 to Willie. And it's lined to left field. Base hit. So the tying run is aboard, and it's a guy who can motor. And here comes Ozzie.
Ozzie Smith.
That for McGee is his 3rd hit in the game. Ozzie has singled and tripled. McGee, standing at first, was thrown out trying to steal in the 5th. Ozzie homered to beat Niedenfuer and then tripled in the 7th inning today. And now let's watch this battle. Off the rubber. Good breaking ball. Ozzie quit on it thinking it was going to be high and outside, and it dipped in. Niedenfuer does throw a split-fingered fastball. 0-1. Ozzie hit his only home run of his life left-handed on a fastball from Niedenfuer, and then he tripled in an over 90-mile-an-hour fastball into the right field corner in the 7th inning. There goes McGee. Scioscia's throwing a bounce. He's stolen it.
Mike kept looking to the bench, see if they could give him some help. Here comes Peranowski out to talk to Niedenfuer now, and Mike rushed that throw. That's the only way you can explain it. McGee, a good jump, running straight up. But with that great speed, he can erase some of the deficiencies maybe in his techniques and makes it easily. I'll tell you, there's no substitute for speed. Maybe you should run down. Maybe you should be in line. It would help you, but he can really run. Scioscia just rushed that throw, and it's McGee's speed that made him do that.
The Dodgers had gotten McGee 3 out of 4 times. But take another look at that hurried throw, which was on a bounce.
Certainly was a good ball to handle, almost like a pitch out, and he just threw it right into the ground. Sometimes that ball skips off that grass and really helps, but not this time.
It might have helped on AstroTurf, but not here. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Tying run at second. Ozzie Smith 2 for 4 at the plate. Fouled away. 1-2.
Not that McGee's going to try anything, but I keep saying it. I've said it, I guess, 100 times. You can't take it for granted. Now, Sachs is way over. The only man he has to worry about is Duncan. Now, look where Sachs is playing, so he can get himself a pretty good lead. If Niedenfuer goes to sleep at all, he's going to find McGee perched at 3rd.
McGee has stolen 3rd 4 out of 6 times in the regular season. Anderson right near the bag at 3rd, and Duncan kind of bird-dogged McGee. 1-2 to Ozzie Smith. 2-2. On deck, Mr. Clutch, Tommy Herr, and doesn't Tommy Lasorda know it? He couldn't stand it in the runway, though he's back in there. Herzog has been draped over the railing since the start of the game. 5-4 Dodgers, 9th inning. The tying run at second with 1 out. Bluff. It's amazing the way the Dodgers are playing. You would figure they would play Ozzie a slap hitter, not to pull, but they have got themselves overly committed to the right side since Smith has burned Niedenfuer 2 at-bats. That was the split finger job, and he missed with it 3-2.
Out the left in the outfield, they're kind of shading him a little bit towards left center field. Guerrero not too deep in left. Look at the room in right center field. As we move over towards left field, you see Landreau on the left field side of second base.
Well, he pitched him into the home run. He pitched him into the triple. What does he do? 3-2. Away. Ball 4.
Second base.
And now Lasorda is really in the deep water. Boy, you talk about that whale that's stranded in the river up near Sacramento with nowhere to go. Lasorda is thinking now about the running game of McGee and Smith. He is really thinking about the possibility of some wheels with Tommy Herr, the batter. Smith at first, McGee at second, 1 out in the 9th. 5-4 Dodgers. Herr hit into a force play, singled in a run, walked twice, and as usual made a clutch catch in the 7th inning. Strike. 5-4 Dodgers, 1 out in the 9th. To Tommy Herr. On deck, Jack Clark. Herr hitting .350 in the series. A .300 hitter all year. Oh, 0-1 to Niedenfuer. Breaking ball hit foul. Foul ball. Doesn't count. No. The crowd wasn't looking at the umpire. It was called immediately by John McSherry.
And Anderson guarding the line like Herr was a right-hand pull hitter. He was right there. John McSherry called it right now.
Boy, you talk about people seeing things with their heart instead of their eyes. That was a classic case of it.
He just went the other way, and Anderson is right there. Look at his right foot in foul territory. I point out, Vin, Ozzie Smith able to get a good lead off first base because they're playing behind him, obviously, and that may make a difference when they try to go to second base. There is a ground ball hit.
Willie McGee at second. Ozzie Smith at first. 1 out in the 9th. 5-4 Dodgers. Bluff. All the pressure would be on the Dodgers. Cardinals lose, it means they have another hotel bill. 0-2 to Tommy Herr. Fastball line foul.
That's why Lasorda's got Royce and whoever in that bullpen. The Dodgers lose, their pitching staff will go with 6 months rest.
See you in Vero Beach. Kenny Howell and Jerry Royce throwing in the shadows. But it's Tom Niedenfuer. Well, you talk about relief pitchers and pressure and earning your keep. This is it.
Relief pitchers is like learning to swim by having somebody throw you into deep water. Danger's there. You have to think about it.
Bomb squad disposal.
You got it.
0-2 to Herr. Bluff.
Then you get those jackrabbits like McGee and Smith on there, and you have to think about that. Extra pressure, the crunch, the feel of ice closing.
No balls and 2 strikes to Tommy Herr. Ground ball hit slowly. It'll be Brock feeding Niedenfuer. And how do you like this situation? The tying and possible winning runs are in scoring position with 2 out and Jack Clark coming up.
First baseman, Jack Clark.
It's the only play.
Niedenfuer gets there in plenty of time. Brock is going to make sure.
The Herzog and his partner, Red Shane Deans, meanwhile, in reading Lasorda talking about walk him and pitch to that blank Van Slyke. That's what he just muttered in the dugout. I think it was a rhetorical question. Do I walk him and pitch to that so-and-so? He's not going to walk him. It is Jack Clark and Tom Niedenfuer going head-to-head, and the ballgame on the line, and the crowd on its feet. One way or another, what a way to end. And now Scioscia's going out to the mound.
Well, they want to make sure of the signs. They got Ozzie Smith at second base, and obviously he was switching signs. Niedenfuer looked like he was going to pitch off the stretch. He was worried about McGee, and then he had a little bit of doubt in his mind as to what the signs were, and Scioscia's going to make them as simple as he possibly can, because He's got enough to worry about with the 2 base runners and the batter without worrying about whether he gets the signs right. So make them simple.
Just so that we can cover the situation for you, Ozzie Smith at second, but Willie McGee at third has never tried to steal home this year. I'm not saying it's even crossed anybody's mind, but it might have crossed yours. Here's Clark, 1 for 4. Jack hit into a force play, hit a fly ball single to left, flied to right on the first pitch, and struck out. And he hits one to deep left field, and that one is gone. And Lasorda got the answer to his rhetorical question. Something about, should I walk this guy and pitch to that so-and-so? Well, he didn't walk him.
Look where all the players are. They want to make sure he touches home plate. Now they'll pick him up. They all backed off. That was a rule they made after Ozzie Smith hit the home run. There was some indecision as to whether he had touched home plate, so Daniel made sure.
Look at who was out there at home plate. Vince Coleman, number 29.
Everybody's going to be out there.
You would think that the fates would be a little kinder to one man in such a short amount of time.
That's as slow a trip as Jack Clark ever made. I mean, he takes a lot of time.
There's McGee.
Look at Socia just kneeling in disbelief. Now watch the players. Here they come out, but they made it up. They're not going to block home plate. They're all going to stop short.
Life goes on for Niedenfuhr, pitching to that blankety blank, as Lasorda called him, Andy Van Slyke. Well, now, in the bottom of the ninth, the Dodgers will have Mariano Duncan, Ken Landro, and Pedro Guerrero. With first base open, they pitch to Jack Clark, and they might live with that thought all winter long. 7-5 St. Louis. Popped up around the plate, and it'll be Socia or Anderson. Socia. However, the St. Louis Cardinals with a big 3 in the 9th inning. And at the end of 8 1/2, it is 7-5 St. Louis. To add to that footnote, Jack Clark had 1 RBI in the league championship series until he hit that dramatic 9th inning 3-run home run to turn what looked like a 5-4 Dodger victory into a 7-5 Cardinal lead.
That welcoming committee was there. I mean, everybody.
I'll tell you how shocking it was to the Dodgers. This year, the Dodgers were 85-1 when leading after 8 innings in a game. That one loss was way back in April to Houston. So if they look like they're in a state of shock, they are.
Looks like a painting.
Niedenfuhr has left the dugout. He went back into the clubhouse. Mariano Duncan, Enos Cabell, and Pedro Guerrero will go against left-hander Ken Daly. Daly pitched 2 2/3 innings the day before yesterday. He also pitched in the Danny Cox game, and he pitched in Andujar's first game, and he pitched in Tudor's game. Right. So Ken Daly is in his 5th game. He has saved 1, and his earned run average is 0. And the bullpen difference, it looked like this time it was going to go to the Dodgers when Marshall hit the home run. But it has reverted again. Fouled away. Mariano Duncan, who had a single, a double, a triple, a stolen base, scored twice. 1 RBI. And Brock and Yeager and Maldonado and the other Dodgers sit numb in the dugout. 0-2. 4-1. But the thing I remember more as you look at Marshall, we were talking about what a transitory thing it was. He hit the home run to give the Dodgers the 5-4 lead. He hardly had a minute to enjoy it. 1-2. Strike 3 call. All the weight, however, has to rest within the heart and on the shoulders of Tommy Lasorda. And I could read part of his lips as he walked by. Am I going to walk him, meaning Clark, and pitch to that so-and-so? Van Slyke. And he opted to pitch to Clark with first base open to Bloom.
He had to make the choice when it had to be made.
And it was a move, right-hand pitcher, right-hand batter. 1 out. Cabell up there batting for Kenny Landreau.
It's been said many times that good pitching staff will make a good manager. A good bullpen will make a great manager. It's proved out here.
The thing that has, and of course it's gone way back, but it has changed a lot of things around here, was Steve Howe and what happened to him.
Got to have that guy to come in out of the pen. Whitey has really done it. When they lost Bruce Sutter, they thought that was it.
1-1 to Cabell. 1 out in the ninth. 7-5 St. Louis. They are 2 outs away from the World Series. And the Dodgers are 2 outs away from a long, cold winter. The Dodgers blew a 4-1 lead with a 19-game winner. As you look at Fernando. They came into this game as Mike Scioscia is riveted to his seat, knowing that every game had been decided by a win for the home team for the last 13 straight. They knew Hershiser had won 12 straight. And as if they didn't know him, they know Jack Clark one day better. Strike 3. And in Los Angeles, we are 1 out away from football. Pedro Guerrero, the batter. Interesting, the Dodgers won the first 2 games of the series. 6 times, teams have come back losing the first 2 games of a World Series. 3 of the 6 times involved the Dodgers. And it looks like it's going to be 4 out of 7. Popped up. We are this close to it. And St. Louis is going to the series. And they deserve it. They stopped Valenzuela. They spotted Hershiser, a 4-1 lead. They knocked him out. And they came back down 5-4 in the 9th inning against Tom Niedenfuhr. And that's enough tribute to the Cardinals. They did what they had to do and beat the Dodgers 7-5. A worthy champion of the National League and a worthy representative to go into the World Series. And the Dodgers come up a buck short.